What's up, everybody? This is Road Emotion. It's kind of my first vlog, I guess, if you want to call it that. You try it out. Sorry if the sound's not really good or the microphone's a little bad. This is actually a modified Xbox headset. So, trying to get everything set up still. This is kind of my first run, actually, with the drift. Yeah, I live in the great city of Phoenix, out here with the Air Force, west side of the valley. So, you know, doing the duty, getting my benefits. Actually, this morning I'm on my way to a local college, seeing if I can't get enrolled for some classes before the government takes away all my assistance. But, so yeah, it's gonna be a busy day. Another one. Funny how you have 3-day weekends every now and then, and you spend the whole thing taking care of business. At least it's still cool outside. Not hot yet. There are some benefits to living out here. I'm originally from a mountainous area up in Pennsylvania. You know, benefits to living somewhere where all the roads are, well, I'm on a grid, so everything's pretty much straight. And speed limits are awesome. Granted, I have a hard time following them still. Everybody likes to drive about 10 miles an hour over the speed limit here. And drivers in Phoenix, if you don't know, are just absolutely terrible. Before I moved out here, I thought the drivers in Maryland were bad. That's nothing compared to Phoenix. So, but hey, at least you got the good roads. That's what it is. Oh yeah, focus for the channel. Lately, you know, we've been having a lot of video game news coming through. You know, with E3 just finishing up about a week ago, and I was kind of thinking about taking the focus for the channel as far as the MotoVlog goes, is maybe just sitting around and talking about video games. I mean, it's kind of what I'm looking at as like hopefully maybe a career in the future, either that or some kind of cinematic production. So yeah. Just let me know what you're going to hear about. I guess the big news would be, since last night, Xbox, Microsoft has, well, I guess they're calling it the 180. They're completely changed all their policies. DRM policies are gone. You'll be able to, you know, sell your games back, trade them in, everything that people wanted to see done. Microsoft listened to you, and, you know, they went back. Granted, you know, we're going to be losing some of the other benefits included with the their online 24-hour check-in that aren't going to be available at launch, like the circle of friends or whatever they were calling it, where you can share games up with up to 10 people, and you know, yeah, I think it was like one person could play the game at a time, and there was some plus, I don't know, there was something dealing with, basically you could share your game library with up to 10 of your friends. That's not going to be available at launch, but you know, in place of that, we did get to see the always online go away. You're going to be able to buy, you know, you trade your games to your friends, whatever. I think there is a disc policy though. In order to play offline, you need to have a disc. So if you still buy DRM, you might still need to log in to play. Don't quote me on that, but it seems like something that would make sense. But this news was really nice for me because ever since E3, I've been kind of worried. I've always played Xbox, you know, one of my first consoles, or well, I guess my third console, but was the Xbox. It's my big one. It's kind of my revolution of gaming for me, with Halo, you know, the first Halo game coming out, and I've always been an Xbox supporter since then, and I just didn't want to see them go downhill the way they were. And so this news is really nice for me, and I know a lot of other people were kind of waiting out there. I do think Microsoft probably lost a fair amount of customers due to pre-orders and stuff. People all rushed out after E3 and bought PS4s. You know, I granted, you know, Sony hardware-wise makes a great console. Personally, I have a hard time, you know, rationalizing purchasing one of their consoles because their support is a little lackluster. I mean, they've had some issues, granted not necessarily their fault in the past with, you know, the whole PSN going down for a few months, and you know, that was regrettable. And in their most recent, you know, firmware update is apparently freezing up PS3s. I don't know, I didn't really read the article, but I caught a glimpse of it. So that's no good, especially for somebody who would own a PS3 and who was planning on buying the PS4. I think they're going to make a great console, you know. Don't regret buying it. I personally might own both, most likely will own both sometime before it's all said and done. But this is this war crap that's going on with it, you know. Everybody's arguing about with this console, that, and whatever, and it just gets old. Tired of listening to it. So you're gonna get benefits from each one. I mean, Microsoft has some great exclusive games. They have, you know, the Halo series. They're gonna get Titanfall, which looks amazing. Granted, you know, the game I'm most looking forward to is Destiny, and that's gonna be out on both consoles. Or actually all 4 consoles. I think it's going to be on the, you know, third gen consoles and the new gen. So yeah, it's something I really need to worry about a whole lot. But as far as you know, what I want to play it on, I do want to get a next gen console when it's available. So man, my bike is running, feeling rich this morning. What's up with that? I should probably fill you on my riding history a little bit. I've only been riding for about 3 or 4 months now. I did start on the 600. I ride a 600 CBR RR. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else right now. I was originally looking at a R6, but you know, financing, kind of you know, don't really have that much of a credit history yet. Kind of building it up. I joined the military pretty much fresh, you know, not fresh out of high school. I had some college under my belt, but not a whole lot, maybe a year. So buying a motorcycle was kind of a challenge, but it's, you know, I love it. This is 2 wheels is my last kind of motorsport to go through. I've done pretty much everything else. Snowmobile for most of my life. I've been on a quad pretty much all of my life. And I just love it. Power sports are my heaven. I fucking love it. Excuse me, but so that's originally, you know, I've been watching some of the other big names out there doing the motovlogs. Some of, you know, some of my favorites are like I Am Ramekin, Chase on 2 Wheels. I watch all these guys' videos, and I'm always wondering, you know, why do these guys talk about what they talk about? You know, how do they come up with these topics? I mean, I guess the viewers might have some input with that. You know, give them some ideas on what to talk about. But for me, it was just really like, you know, what am I going to talk about? That's when I started thinking, you know, maybe I don't really see anybody talk about video games and stuff on any of these motovlogs. So, you know, why not? Let's look at that a try. You know, let's try talking about something that seems to be really popular, and, you know, a lot of news out there, especially right now after E3. And so anybody who actually does watch this video, since I really don't have any followers yet or anything, but yeah, just let me know. You know, comment, let me know what you wanna see, or what you'd like to hear me talk about, and see what I can't do. I mean, I'm always on the bike, so all it takes now is for me to pretty much shut up the camera and go. But another great thing about Arizona, and I'm sorry I'm kind of all over the place this morning, but Arizona has a really great car culture, excuse me, and I'm really into like boosted cars. I like, you know, the old Supras, and I was actually trying to build a second generation Eclipse GSX 97, and I had this whole build lined up for it, and what I make right now in the military can't really support that hobby yet. Maybe in a couple of years. So instead of doing that, it's like, you know what? Let's go with the bike. That's still really fast. You know, a lot of fun to ride. You know, a little more dangerous, but I love it. You know, I definitely made a great choice. And if I ever decide to, I can build a car later. But one of the other problems, you know, with having the great car culture is you've also got the kind of, I guess, called the wannabe car culture. You got a lot of like raced out cars and you know, the Civics, and you know, I understand, like, okay, you can only afford certain things, but then you take a car that you bought for $900 and you're putting parts on it that cost equally as much. I mean, done right, yeah, I've seen it done right a few times, and that's great. But, you know, I've just seen some horrific stuff people do with these cars, and it's sad. You know, if you're gonna build a car, you need to plan out what you're gonna do and do it right. If you're gonna buy a car that you're gonna use as a daily driver, and then you're trying to all of a sudden throw these parts in it, and you're boosting cars that aren't meant to be boosted, and you're kind of jimmying up your own stuff, welding your own parts together, and it just becomes a mess. But you know, spray painting stuff and welding wings onto your truck, or your trunk, sorry. You know, my God, people. I mean, it's just terrible to see. One of the things I really haven't experienced it though with the car culture is Scottsdale. I mean, Scottsdale is like the rich part of Phoenix, and they have some nice cars out there. You know, people got Lambos, and they got Ferraris, and they got, you know, all the really expensive ass cars that none of us normal folk can afford. You know, so. But it's still really fun to see them, and they do have some of the kind of exotic only car meets out here. I haven't rode over there to find one yet, but they are really a lot. It looks like I'm really close to where I'm going. They're a lot of fun, and hopefully I can roll out there and get some footage of that sometime. Yeah, maybe race a few. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It still is only a 600, but it's everybody's running a 600 knows it's still got an S on it. It'll go. So, well, I'm gonna cut off there as I'm almost to my destination, and I will see how this video goes. And if people want to see more video game stuff or see me focus on that, or whatever, I might actually be posting a video up at South Mountain. I might go up there later today, which is a really fun ride out here. But yeah, just let me know what you want. Throw me subscribe, comment, you know, like it, whatever. I'm kind of new to YouTube too, so just let me know. Alright, there you go.